Oh, hey, I'm Josiah, welcome back to Retro Rewind. And lately, I've been getting ready for a boxing match. I met with a squirrel on the side of the road. He nipped my ankle, and, like a wuss, he ran off. So now I'm gonna show this long-tailed rabbit what I'm made of. But the problem is, I don't know how to fight. Thankfully, I have this little game called Punch-Out on my side. So, let's get this over with.
3, 2, 1, go!
Mike Tyson. So this is what a walking allegation looks like. Mike Tyson is often regarded to be one of, if not the greatest heavyweight boxing champion of all time, taking record after record for years. It's definitely clear why Nintendo approached this guy instead of that guy to have their own game.
And to think, we could have gotten James Cameron's Punch-Out.
So, on September 18th, 1987, the world was introduced to the NES classic, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Finally, there was a game where I can punch a big, strong dude and there won't be any repercussions.
Usually.
When the game was released, it received very high reviews across the board with 10 out of 10s left and right, and it truly shows. This has got to be one of the best looking early NES games I've ever seen, and I'm very impressed with how Nintendo pulled it off. It also makes sense why it looks so good, because Nintendo had already made Punch-Out before Punch-Out.
What do you mean, voice? This was the first Punch-Out game ever. I'm surprised out of anybody you wouldn't know that.
Well, don't be too sure about that, because we have yet to talk about the arcade games.
My legacy!
Yes, right before the NES game release, Punch-Out arrived in arcades in early 1984 and once again got high ratings across the board. In Japan, it was the second highest grossing arcade cabinet in April of 1984. In America, it dominated the arcade market, topping charts throughout 1984 and becoming that year's top performing arcade game.
What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, great cartridges.
In Punch-Out, you take the role of Little Mac, a boxer who dreams of becoming the heavyweight champion. Hey, you weigh 107 pounds, good luck with that. Trained by his best friend and mentor Doc Lewis, Mac works his way up the professional boxing circuits, facing a series of boxers from other Punch-Out games, and culminating in a final fight with Mike Tyson. Overall, the game has 3 circuits. In a minor circuit, you fight Glass Joe, my favorite piece of patheticism, Von Kaiser, a German fighting instructor, don't listen to his agenda, trust me, it won't end well, and finally, Piston Honda, Japan's national fighting hero. Could you imagine if that guy lost?
Dang it!
In the major circuit, you fight Don Flamenco, my favorite dancing wimp. King Hippo, he's basically Kingpin and or Queso if he just ate a little bit more and got a suntan.
I'm not wrong!
The Great Tiger, he's cheating, I tell you! He uses magic to teleport that shouldn't be legal, but it's happening either way. Finally, there's Bald Bull. Yes, he's bald. No, he's not a bull.
It's false advertising!
Finally, there's the World Circuit, where you can get a second fight with Piston Honda. This guy just doesn't know when to give up. There's Soda Popinski, a Russian boxer who's fond of drinking soda and was formerly known as Vodka Drunkinski. But America's parents went,
Oh ho ho, look at me, I'm a parent, I spin around. My answer is no.
Bald Bull, the former major circuit champion who's gotten slightly better, but only kind of. Don Flamenco, still pathetic. Mr. Sandman, he's from Philadelphia, and it really shows.
That's not even a joke. Look it up. I'll give you 5 seconds. See?
And finally, there's Super Macho Man, your stereotypical self-absorbed muscle man. And finally, the last fight, the one that matters most, the dream fight, Mike Tyson, only sometimes. Yeah, in 1990, after Tyson's 3-year contract with Nintendo expired due to certain allegations and certain prison years concerning the boxer, Nintendo decided not to renew the contract and just re-release the game as Punch-Out and replace Mike Tyson with Mr. Dream.
Hey, when I said no racial stereotypes, this isn't what I meant. Well, I've talked about the people, development, and controversies behind this game for long enough, so without further ado, let's see what Mike Tyson's got.
Hopping on into the game, we get an 8-bit version of the 50s orchestral ballroom dancing song Look Sharp, Be Sharp. What's funnier and even more interesting is that this song was also used by Gillette to advertise their razors.
Man, I've never really wanted to shave more than I have whenever I play Punch-Out, and it's finally starting to make sense. Just a little off the sides.
Hopping on into the first fight, wait, is that Mario? Yeah, back then Nintendo wasn't as picky when it came to the usage of Mario in random games that he really wasn't designed for, but hey, we've got Mario in a Punch-Out game, sue me.
Did not think you'd take that seriously.
Okay, back to business. In your first match, you face Glass Joe. This guy is the definition of a punching bag. I mean, if Little Mac sneezed in his general direction, he'd most likely get knocked out.
And there goes East Korea.
Once you wipe the floor with Plexiglass Joseph, you're on to tougher opponents, and here's where the game starts to test your reflexes and timing. You can't just mash buttons, you've got to learn each fighting pattern and know exactly when to dodge and strike. It's basically the Rocky training montage, but for your thumbs.
These things, lethal weapons. Someone call the authorities.
And as you make your way up the ranks, the challenges really ramp up. Fighters start throwing in fake punches, rapid punches, and teleportation? Yeah, great Tiger, we're looking at you.
If this guy can use magic, then so can I.
And if you do manage to make it through the circuits, you will find yourself face to face with the legend himself, Mike Tyson, or Mr. Dream, depending on whether or not you decided to indulge an extra $7.
What?
This guy's punches are practically one-hit KOs, so if you're not on your toes, you'll get your ear taken clean off. I'd give some tips here, but honestly, good luck. It's like the game decided at some point, okay, we're done letting you have fun, Tyson doesn't play around. And honestly, that's expected. Beating Tyson takes some serious patience, practice, and probably some level of wizardry.
In the end, I thought Punch-Out would teach me how to defeat my squirrel nemesis, but that's not really gonna work out, so we'll just leave that to the professionals. Or, well, that's all the time that we have for you Retro Rewinders today. Stay safe, stay warm, stay watching, and stay retro. We'll catch you guys on the next level.